Well, hello, welcome again to a reading through of 1 Peter, and I got up to chapter 3. So in the earlier chapters we've had injunctions for people to obey the emperor, and then we've had servants to obey their masters, and now we get injunctions for women to obey their husbands. Homoios ho ahai in brackets gunaikes. Likewise, the women. Again, we don't get a main verb here, as we did in the previous section here. So it is a command, but it's done via a participle here. So let them be subject to their own husbands. Here, in order that also, if certain ones, and I think these are referring to the husbands, might be disobedient to the word, so might disobey from apathio, the word, through the anastrophe, we've had that before, through the conduct, the behaviour of their wives, they might be, well, kurdos is gained, so gain, this is from kurdio, epsilon contract verb. This is the future passive. They will be won over without a word. So that if certain ones are disobedient to the word through the conduct of their wives, without a word they will be won over. Epoptusantes, having looked at tan anastrophen, having looked with fear, and it's been put in the middle between the tan hagnane and anastrophen. So looking with fear at the holy conduct, at your holy conduct. The very odd grammar here again, because it's they looking with fear at the holy conduct of you, which is referring back to the women. Just slightly odd grammar there. Hon esto uk ho exothin emploces trichon kai perithesios chrysion e endosios hamation cosmos. So of whom, so that's the women, esto is an imperative from the verb to be. The uk ho exo goes with the cosmos right at the very end of the verse. So we get you don't get this very often in the New Testament. You get the hot is going to go all the way with cosmos. So of whom let there not be ex othin, from the outside or external or outward cosmos adornment. So of them, of the women, let there not be outward adornment of emploces. This is the plaiting trichone of hairs. There's a verb pleco, to plait, to intertwine. Emploquer is plaiting. So let there be no plaiting of hairs, and the perithesios, connected with peritethemi, the putting on or putting around of crucion, of golden things, in other words wearing gold jewellery, or the endusios. This is from endusis. It's a third declension abstract feminine noun constructed from enduo, to put on. So nor the putting on himation, literally of outer garments. A himation is an outer garment, probably refers to cloaks or robes and so on. Allah, but hokruptos tes karias anthropos. This is a very, very strange phrase. It's literally the hidden, if we translate anthropos as person, the hidden person of the heart. And there's no main verb here. So the hidden person of the heart. You could render it, I suggest, as taking anthropos to mean something like the person, that is their character. You could understand an imperative here. So let the character of the heart, let it be kryptos, a hidden thing. That's my suggestion of what to do with that. The phrase itself is very odd. There's no known parallels. There are various paraphrasings of this. So I'm going to go for let the character of the heart be a hidden thing in the aphthato. Now aphthatos is normally an adjective meaning incorruptible, from alpha privative plus phthero, to destroy or corrupt. Here it's being used as a noun. So in the incorruptibility of the, and the two is going with the pneumatos, and we get two adjectives. Praeos is from praus. It's a third declension adjective ending in us, so it's praus. This is the genitive praeos. So it means meek, or meek, and hezuku, quiet, spirit. So in the incorruptibility of the meek and quiet spirit, which is polyteles. This is a neuter, agreeing with the hot here, from polyteles, very expensive, so which is precious, enopion, before God. So fairly intricate sentence, that one there. So I'll just quickly go through that bit again. So, but let the character of the heart be a hidden thing in the incorruptibility of the spirit, which is meek and quiet, which is precious before God. Hutos gar toti kai hai agiagunaikes. For thus Poti once also the holy women, those elpidzousai, feminine participle here from elpidzo, those hoping in God, ekosmoon, this is from cosmio, imperfect, so were adorning themselves, hiatas. Hupatasomini, being subject to, and then we have tois idiois tois idiois andrasin, to their own husbands. Hos Sarah, thus Sarah, hupakusen, this is from hupakuo, to obey. Thus Sarah obeyed Abraham, Kalusa, calling him kurion, master or lord, literally of whom you have become children. So you have become her children. You women who are doing good things, now it's feminine participle, and not fearing, now double negatives don't cancel in Greek, so not fearing we would say any, ptoasin, it's a funny word here, it's generally rendered as intimidation. It means, it has the sense of fear. Ptoio is an old verb meaning to flitter about in fear, so perhaps intimidation probably is not a bad translation here. It's thought to, this is thought to be here, this phrase is thought to be an adaptation of Proverbs 3:25, which says, you will not fear the terror that comes upon you. And there it does mean terror, but here I think probably intimidation's as good as anything. So, of whom you have become the children, you women who are doing good and not fearing any intimidation. Hoi andres homoios son oikuntes katagonosin, hos anthes asthenestero skue te gunaikeo, apo nemontes timain, hos kai sun kleronomois, caritas soes estom me en coptes thy tas prosukas humon. Another interesting verse here. So the men likewise dwelling together with, understand, the women. So dwelling together with, understand, the women. Katagnosin. Well, again, it's a difficult phrase here. It's something like by their knowledge. So according to their understanding that, understand that they are dwelling with the weaker vessel, the weaker feminine vessel, the weaker female vessel. So women. So that's literally what it is. So men likewise. The whole verse here really needs its constructio ad sensum to some extent. The grammar's very strange. So men likewise, according to their understanding, that they are dwelling together with the weaker female vessel. Aponemontes participle, to assign, assigning them honour, as also, and we're going to understand autois, assigning to them honour, as they who are fellow inheritors of the grace of life. And we get ace top plus the infinitive for purpose. So so that your prayers might not be hindered. Literally from en copto in the middle, to hinder. So just to do that bit again, it's a difficult verse, that one. The grammar's very is not easy to render. So the men likewise, according to their knowledge that they are dwelling together with the female weaker vessel, assigning honour to them, as also to fellow inheritors of the grace of life, so that your prayers might not be hindered. And you'll need some commentaries to unpack that a bit further. And that's the first 7 verses of chapter 3.